On this video, I'm gonna share with you the pro riders that changed the teams in 2021, and I'll also share with you the world teams that changed name and their bikes, and we're starting right now. I'm Daniel from The Cyclist and welcome to another video. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you click on the subscribe button. I decided to put this video together because as I was reading the news the other day, I got really confused as to which riders were going to which team and what teams changed their names and their bikes. So I decided to come up with this video and explain it to you, the changes. So here it is. The biggest move of the year was Chris Froome leaving Team Ineos, previously Team Sky, to go to Israel Startup Nation. This was a shock to the system when it was announced, but most of us saw it coming anyway. Chris Froome had too much competition on Ineos with the likes of Geraint Thomas, Egan Bernal and Richard Carapaz, and I think the move was at the right time for Chris. Things would have been a lot harder now that Tao Geoghegan won the Giro at the end of last year. The next big transfer was Mark Cavendish, going back to the Scenic Quick-Step, the Belgian team. Mark Cavendish was with Quick-Step from 2013 to 2015 and has won 30 stages of the Tour de France, and he is only 4 stages behind the greatest Eddy Merckx. Mark is considered to be the greatest sprinter of all time. Marianne Vos joined the Jumbo-Visma squad since they recently started in the women's peloton. Marianne Vos is considered to be the best women's cyclist of the decade, and now she has the Jumbo-Visma squad to try and dominate the women's peloton as much as they do with the men's squad. The next move was Annemiek van Vleuten moving to Movistar after turning down a mega deal with Trek. And why, I hear you asking? The reason she said is to keep women's cycling exciting, and she's right. Trek already has big stars such as Lizzie Deignan and Elisa Longo Borghini, and the former world champion Annemiek van Vleuten said it would lead to a similar situation a few years ago when Boels Dolmans dominated the sport. Movistar joined the women's peloton in 2018 but haven't yet secured that big victory, but I'm pretty sure the former world champion can change that very quickly. Romain Bardet joins Team DSM after 9 years with AG2R La Mondiale, which is now called AG2R Citroën. The DSM team used to be Team Sunweb, but now borrows the name from this Dutch company, which is pretty much new to cycling. Adam Yates going to Ineos. The Yates brothers riding on opposing teams is a sight that we all have to adjust to. Adam joins Ineos to fill the gap left by Froome and to add another British Grand Tour specialist in the team with riders such as Geraint Thomas and Tao Geoghegan. But things won't be as straightforward as that, since Adam will have to fight for the leadership with the likes of Egan Bernal, Geraint Thomas, Tao Geoghegan, Richard Carapaz and Pavel Sivakov. Miguel Angel Lopez moves to Movistar. Miguel will be leading the team at Grand Tours, but with Movistar nothing is ever that simple. It is very possible that he'll be sharing duties with Valverde, Soler and Enric Mas, but as history shows it can lead to a disaster, so let's wait and see what happens there. Bobby Jungels and Greg Van Avermaet moved to AG2R Citroën. Both riders joined the team to cover the classics and also the Grand Tours and short stage races. Bobby Jungels has finished twice in the top 10 of the Giro, and Greg Van Avermaet is the current Olympic champion. Edvald Boasson Hagen joins Total Direct Energy. Edvald Boasson Hagen has had an incredible career and will likely come up with another very big win very soon. Over the next couple of years, he has been more of an outsider than a favorite, and he has gone for long distance attacks as well, but on his new team Total Direct Energy, he has a pool of talents to help him in the classics and sprints. Rafał Majka is joining UAE Team Emirates after ending his contract with Bora Hansgrohe. He has signed a 2-year deal with UAE Team Emirates and will ride to support of Tour de France champion Tadej Pogacar. Ilnur Zakarin joins the Russian team Gazprom-Razvelo after one season with the CCC team. Zakarin joins his new team on a 2-year deal to boost the chances of a wild return to the Giro in 2021. Richie Porte joins Ineos again after spending 4 years there when the team was known as Team Sky. Richie Porte was third on last year's Tour de France, and his move will allow him to take a step back from the duties of leading a team into Grand Tours. Tom Pidcock has signed a contract with Ineos. The 21 years old has recently won 3 stages in the overall of the Baby Giro, has the junior world title, is earmarked as one of the most talented British riders in recent years, and has competed in cyclocross with the likes of Wout van Aert and the world champion Mathieu van der Poel, so Ineos has definitely done a good deal on Tom Pidcock. Matteo Trentin joins the UAE Team Emirates for 2021, a strong rider with stages on all 3 Grand Tours and the European champion in 2017. This appointment was an understatement for him at the 2019 World Championship when he was the runner-up, and he has said he still has unfinished business with the worlds and he could be one of the favorites. We just reached halfway through the video, so make sure you have subscribed. And now we're gonna tell you teams that changed their names. AG2R La Mondiale will be called AG2R Citroën, Astana Pro will be called Astana Premier Tech, Bahrain McLaren changed its name to Bahrain Victorious, EF Pro Cycling will be called EF Education Nippo. Ineos already changed their names before the Tour de France in 2020 and now they are called Ineos Grenadiers. Mitchelton Scott changed its name to Team Bike Exchange. NTT Pro Cycling will be called Team Qhubeka Assos. Team Sunweb will be called Team DSM. And now a little bit of bad news. CCC World Tour team has sold their world license to Intermarché Wanty after the shoe brand CCC confirmed it would not continue its funding throughout the 2021 season. Now, the World Tour teams already announced their new bikes for the 2021 season. The biggest shock of them all was Jumbo-Visma ending a very successful partnership with Bianchi to start the 2021 season with the Cervelo bikes for both the men and the newly created women's team. Team Sunweb, which is now called Team DSM and already spoke about that, will change from the Cervelo brand to the Scott bikes, which will also cover the men's and the women's World Tour teams and also the development squads. The Australian Team Bike Exchange, which was Mitchelton Scott's team, will be riding with Bianchi. The multi-year deal will cover both the men's and the women's teams. AG2R Citroën team changes from the Eddy Merckx bikes and jumps to the BMC brand. As a result, Eddy Merckx bikes leaves the peloton and BMC increases its presence in the peloton to 2 teams. And as a result of these changes of bikes, this year will be the first season where the brand Giant is not in the pro peloton since the turn of the millennium. And this brings us to the end of this video, and if you haven't done it yet, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.